So hello everyone, we complete our project about social media website using MongoDB and Node.js with Express framework. So I want to access to open the project. So I think in the document and we want access this. So pm start we start our dev sorry pm run dev. So I want to just copy this path of client and move up to the server. Server.js and also so this is the home page. Uh, I want to make here some login and some so the register and the login link. So nav and here I will make so this is home. Your notifications and where is the profile? So and let's see if so here I will make login and here I will update to register and we update the path and make login. Sorry, this for the notifications and login and here make it. So this path is will be directly go to the login. So I will make arbaz gmail.com and so what is I think the problem with the course. Cannot post. So could not server.js, but why? So let's see what is the problem. Mongoose could not connect to the server MongoDB Atlas. So because we try to access the database for the IP isn't whitelist. Make sure that the port IP address is in your address is I think the same. Currently IP address so MongoDB and we want to access the MongoDB. And let's see now. So the problem is on the IP address. So add my current IP address, and if we resend the request, I think now it will be so what is the problem here? So he connected to the MongoDB, and I think he returned to the login. So let's make login, and what else? So now it will be success the authentication. So the problem it was the about current IP address. So I didn't make my IP address, my current IP address. So uh, also what I want to connect to this database. So on the shell, and here I will just copy the path. So he uh, I will add my password. Now I want to see all the database and use my own database like chat. It was ChatDB. So and we see the collection. So here our user and so db dot collection. I want to rename this dot collections. So how to drop a collection? How to drop collection? So I want to drop collection. So db dot chart collection dot drop. So I want to just remove this, and he returned by true. So it's deleting our collection. And let's see the collection now. We have just the user collections. So the most important things I want to the most important things. So we want to just trade live. Now we want to just uh, how to use a WebSocket. Sorry, WebSocket and Node.js. So let's try to know how the WebSocket is work on the server side. So we get the protocol of HTTP, the socket.io. So this is the socket of IO is library that help you to use the WebSocket. And so we create the server, we initialize our socket and the for. So I want to just see the chart. So I have chart schema. I have the sender, the receiver, and the content. So the sender is ID and the receiver is the ID. While true, the content is the same. And for the chat room and status, maybe we can add later, but we focus how the message can send between each other, sorry, in each user. So how to make now? Where is the view? Chat view. And here is my chat view. So I want to just copy the title of the website and change it. The home, the router, the main, the socket, so this hello world, I think this I didn't it's very useless. The welcome item also, welcome I think is also the same. So this is the index, the home page. So I want to just return this file. And let's see what is the problem here. So this is hello world. Login and register. So he is authenticated. So this is the chat, and let's see. This is the chat with ID2, 3 and ID using Web Socket in Vue.js. So now our router. So what is the problem here? Social media, this is the socket, first IO, import from socket.client, and so let's see how we can use this socket and the course. So in my dependency, and let's see what is on the dependency if we have already used the socket. So we have bcrypt, now we have the socket. So it is on the server. Okay, so we have the view and the server. We use the course. So we have the Mongodb connections and the schema, username and message schema, username and message. So we socket connection, we open the connection. So IO.on connection, we have the socket dot. We send the message and the data, it will be on the message. So the data, it will be on the, and let's see what is, and we emit on after we disconnect. So this is the chart. So this is the socket of IO, and so my power is 3. So and also so I want to ask ChatGPT about for the socket I project I want to use the socket, so I should make own and folder, as for so we have the socket and index handle or the socket logic. So I want to make a new folder for the socket. So where is the server? So this is the client and config, and here I will make another folder for the socket. So because the project will be more structured and more organized. Socket, and here I will make my own socket like index.js. So I want to, and here I will handle all the logic about the socket protocols. So first I want to require the socket from my library, require socket, and I want to just remove this on the socket. After, I will open the connection socket dot on and make the connection the user is connected. The user is disconnected. So export module functions. Connections and but so here I think so socket requires socket.io. So here the socket.io and we create the server on server. Server this for the I want to get the protocol of HTTP and we have our socket also commands express get we require socket. So socket.server and we open the connections. So this is the IO and we open the connections. User is connected and new server. So the HTTP creates server and also connect up require express. No, then we use the express. So HTTP create IO and in the IO this is the server and honest. Second IO server. So we have required So here io.connection, we open the connection and we have socket. So the new client is connected, socket on. So we want to deliver the message and the message will be delivered after we close the connections. Export or default. But here I want to uh, get my model, my chat. So this is the chat schema, and here we get my chat. So chat schema, and we get our chat. After what? Connections, we open the connections, send the message. The message. And here we want to use our model. Honest. So message, and I will make a new message on the so let's see the so it is on the content, not the message. So the message, where is so here we just store the message on the field of on the model of message. So I want also to make the sender ID the authenticated ID. The user, it was authenticated on the site, and we want to select the other user wants to send him the message like her friend, and so I want here to save the message, specific receiver, so socket.io. data receiver ID. I want to emit the IAT message. So let's understand each lines, and so let's listen to the new WebSocket connections from a client. Once the client connects, on the callback execute with the socket, and so this is that make or uh, know you about that the client is connected, so it will be printed on the log. So we want to send a message, so the socket dot on send message. Let's listen to the custom event call from the connected client that will even target by the client. So this function will be executed with the message data as parameter and connects message. So the message that we want sent from the client on this on this event on, that will be stored on the database, the creatings in the model, and will be stored on the database. After we save the message, and here the socket.to data receiver ID emit new message and message. So this is trying to emit the new message to specific receiver. Exactly. Data dot. So the socket, exactly, the socket will be go to the specific receiver. Socket dot data dot receiver dot message and dot receiver in new message. Message. After we disconnect the message, So I want to test using Postman. So I want to post north. So this is where is the base URL? So that I want to just think. So we have to be clear. We have so yeah, we have our user or friend, and so this is the nav bar. Sorry, and this is the input of, and this is the program of send. So for example here I will make mark. So I want to just copy this is mark. So this is mark. For example here is mark, and this is Steve, some friend, and I think here will be James, and here it will be Natalia. So this is my friend that it was on the chat, and here will be sent. So in this button will be execute the message. So if I click on this button, it will be get the user here on the parameters, like for example here is user 3, here is user 4, and 5 and 6. So if I click on this, it will be here get 3. And when I want to send a message on the database, so for example here I want to send hello. So the message content and the ID of the receiver, as you can see, and also authenticated on the website with specific ID, like maybe we add, for example, 1. So all this, it will be go to the database message. Okay, so we'll be have the ID of sender. So here is 1, and the ID of the receiver friend. Here it will be 3, and the content of the message. So I will make here content. It will be, for example, hello. So this is what I want to think. So we have to get uh, three value, one of the sender ID, because we want to send a message specifically to the ID receiver or ID of the friend. We want to send the specific message, and we already have the authenticated of ID, also the hello, the content of the message. So let's bring this idea. So I want to just get the chat template. So here we have the ID and the ID 3, and so I want to just message, but here I want to make the ID. For example, I want to make ID 3, and for the ID, for example, receiver, ID sender, and the content, not the message. Content, for example, hello, how are you? And for the ID, it will be 3. ID sender, so it is the ID of authenticated ID. Sorry, of the authenticated. Uh, so I want to db dot name of the collection. It will be user find to get all the user. So here our find, I want to get the find by ID. So we have object ID. So I want to access the server, yes, and connect story the slash a socket and connect this socket with the server. In Postman for Mongodb. So we want to just send the ID. For example, this. So the base URL and the API. Maybe we can add chat and ID. Yes, post. So we want to add the queue and the sender will be this and the content it will be like that. So this is for the socket and the socket or the chat. So and if he uh, maybe here we just uh, display the user of this ID. So how to send data from database from MongoDB to Vue.js. And let's see, because this is my first time to work with the Vue.js. So I should go to the controller, and here I want to get the all user. Basis. User phone, and here I think we just force user. So I had my model of user status. So I want to define this in the router. Authentications router, like so the router get and I will here it will be all users of controller protect and data.users.request.user. So data and the users for the server. I want to just copy this. Where is authenticate router? Users here and all users. Sorry, I will make API. First API. And let's see what is wrong. So index. Let's see something wrong on the index of socket message. Where is the message? 16. Cannot find. So I think we stop here and I will return again.